everyone. Today we'll be highlighting Immuta's newly released Teradata integration. In this demo, I'll walk through the flow of creating a Teradata connection with Immuta so you can begin to leverage the integration, as well as walk through Immuta's marketplace product to understand how we can quickly and efficiently provision data to our consumers in our organization, all while making sure that our data is secure and remains safe. The workflow for creating a connection is relatively simple. I'll click Add Connection here, select the Teradata tile, and then input the few fields and credentials that Immuta requests. For example, hostname, credentials, and we support a number of authentication methods such as username and password, LDAP, and OAuth so that you can choose how to connect. Once you add the required fields and hit Save Connection, your metadata from the Teradata host will be registered in Immuta's Connections UI here. I've already created a connection for the purposes of this demo, and as we click into it, we'll see that the views in this Teradata host are already registered in Immuta, meaning that Immuta can begin to govern them and provision data through our marketplace. Switching gears to our consumer role, let's say that I'm an analyst at this organization that requires a certain level of access to complete an analysis based on some customer data. So I'm trying to analyze some data in this client's view here, but we can see that I don't have access. Typically, this would require me to submit a ticket in whatever ticketing system my organization uses, which would have to go through a number of approvals, and my access would need to be manually updated in the data platforms that I needed. This relies on a central team and typically can take a number of days or even weeks to complete. Instead, I can just use Immuta's marketplace product to browse data products, request access to data products with data sources from multiple platforms all at once, and then get access provisioned automatically, all in a matter of moments. As I'm browsing, I see that this customer analytics data product looks like my exact use case based on the description. As I click into it, I see that it contains the view that my analysis requires, as well as some other key data sources that look like they're pertinent to what I need to understand. We'll see also that this data product has data sources from multiple different technologies, such as AWS Glue, backed by AWS Lake Formation, Oracle, SQL Server, as well as, of course, Teradata. This means that I can request access to all of these in one fell swoop, and if I'm approved, my access in all of these data platforms will be updated automatically with no need for manual intervention or someone going through each and every one of these platforms and updating my access. Here, I'll request access and just go through the simple flow of filling out the access request form. So I'm putting in my reasoning for why I need access to this data product and agreeing to the data use agreement before I submit the request. Now, if I switch gears again to my administrator role and navigate to Immuta's marketplace, I can see if I have any pending access requests here. And I do have one request from our analyst, and I'll go through and see if I can approve her or not. So I can see that this is a legitimate use case. She's added that she needs this access for a customer analysis. She has agreed to the data use agreement, and now I can continue to the determination. I know that her use case is legitimate and she does need access, but this analysis is not going to go on forever. So I can temporarily approve her. You can also select a custom duration here if none of the standards match what you want specifically for a pending access request, but for this purpose, 1 month seems appropriate. I will submit the determination and her access should be approved as we switch back to our consumer role. Now, if we refresh Immuta here as our consumer analyst, We see that her access has been temporarily approved, and she has current access to all of the data sources in this data product. Now I can go back to that same view in Teradata and run the same query and confirm that I have the access that I need to complete my analysis.